Hello everybody, Animation Trainer here, and today we're going to talk about Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So now Star Wars is choosing to make some spin-offs, which this is one of the first of a few spin-offs that they're going to be doing. Like the next one is going to be in 2018, which is next year, when they make the Han Solo movie. Yeah. Yeah. So Rogue One, to be honest, I find it a little bit overrated. Like, it's known as like people say that it's better than Force Awakens, which I don't really agree with. I mean, sure, this movie still is pretty good, but I can't really say that it's the best Star Wars movie. Yeah. All right. So first with the positives. All right. The the special effects are really amazing here, as obvious, and Star Wars is always awesome with their special effects and everything. Yeah. In fact, this even got nominated for Best Special Effects, along with Doctor Strange, The Jungle Book, and Kubo and the Two Strings. Yeah. So obviously, it's like one of the best special effects. Well, I don't know how to say that. Yeah. And I will say that the characters are definitely likable. Yeah. Like I'll go deeper into them a little later. Yeah. And the story, for what it is, trying to get the Death Star plans, it is pretty good. And it worked, and unlike the prequels, it actually works in being a film that you could watch before the original series without spoiling anything. I'm talking about you, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. So, if you're trying to show someone who hasn't seen Star Wars and you want to show them the movies, and you could just start off with Rogue One and then do the 7 episodes, New Hope, Empire, all of that. Then another thing that works in the movie is, well, most of the humor is actually pretty funny, and there are a lot of times where I actually did laugh throughout the movie. Yeah. Now with the negatives. The first act of the movie is kind of slow, and to be honest, it leaves kind of a bad impression on like it leaves a bad first impression. And I hate it when movies leave a bad first impression, because then you won't really be interested in the movie. Yeah. And then and then if you've seen the other movies, then obviously there's the fact that this film is very predictable. Like, it's obvious that they're gonna get the. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, this will be an all spoilers review. So actually no, I'll go into spoilers. But yeah, it's obviously very predictable. Like, even those people who haven't even seen the movie yet, but seen the other Star Wars movies, yeah, it's very predictable. Yes. And another thing with the characters is that I feel like they don't get enough time to shine, and it sucks because unlike with Force Awakens, where even though we don't get to know much about the new characters like Rey, Finn, and Poe Dameron and Kylo Ren, at least there's gonna be more movies that are coming up, so we can know more about them later. But here, though, they had to like pretty much introduce them in one whole movie, at the point where some characters don't really like have too much screen time, which really sucks because these characters are actually pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, and then let me talk more about the characters now. So, first of all, there's let me talk about my 3 favorite ones first. All right. So Jin, K2SO, and Chirrut. I believe that's how you say his name. Jin is definitely a really good character. She's pretty much the only character that actually has a lot of backstory, so therefore, that's what makes her a pretty good character. Then K2SO is definitely a really good character. He provides a lot of comic relief in the film, which really does work. And there's this one scene that I really laughed at where a stormtrooper just throws a bomb, and then K2SO just grabs it and then throws it back at the stormtroopers, and like it all happened on accident. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. And then there's also Chirrut, who while I will say that he doesn't do much in the film other than like fight in the background and stuff, he does provide like some one of my favorite Star Wars quote nowadays. I am one of the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one of the Force, and the Force is with me. Yes, I just love that quote. It just sounds super awesome. The more I say it, it sounds even more greater. Yes. All right. So as of and then as for the other characters, they're still pretty good. Like Cassian is actually a pretty memorable character. They're maybe not exactly the best, but still pretty good. I forgot his name, but Chirrut's partner, yeah, he was pretty good in this as well. Oh, and he yeah, and then there's also the villain Orson, which, to be honest, while he is definitely a decent villain, he wasn't exactly the best. In fact, I found him to be a little bit forgettable. Yeah. And then there's also the pilot. I forgot his name. He was kind of forgettable as well. So, yeah. So now I'm gonna go into the spoilers. So if you have not seen Rogue One, then I suggest that you leave right now. All right. So I was actually surprised by the ending. Yeah, I expected people to die in this movie, but I didn't expect everyone to die in this movie. Like, like, and plus there was a lot of theories that I had with this film. Like, I agreed with the theory that possibly Jin was Rey's mother, but nah, it didn't happen. Yeah, yeah. I just expected maybe one death out of the main characters, not every single one of the characters. Yeah. And then yeah, as I said, if you've seen the other movies and it's predictable, you obviously know that they'll get the plans and stuff. Yeah. Now as for CG Tarkin and CG Leia, I do think it was handled well. Like I didn't think it looked obvious CG. Pretty much, yeah. Like I didn't even know that it was CGI at all, to be honest. Yeah. But only thing is that I don't think they should go with this all the time. Like it's a little wrong to just use CGI on them all the time. I mean, so yeah. I don't think they should always just spam CGI all over the place. Also, R.I.P. Carrie Fisher. Right. And then there was also the Vader scene, which I thought was very awesome. Like, it was nice to see Vader again. Like, the first time he showed up, it just brought you, like, some nostalgia as to, what, some, one of Vader's memorable scenes, like, when Vader was just force choking him. Like, it was nice to actually be able to see Vader on the big screen. Yeah, because that was the first time I saw Vader on the big screen, pretty much. And then the second scene was amazing when he whipped out the lightsaber and then started force choking all the soldiers. That was really cool. Yeah. So overall, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, gets an 8 out of 10. Yeah, you guys probably expected a 9. Well, it's not exactly worth a 9. I mean, while this movie is still pretty good, it's not really, like I said, the best Star Wars movie. Yeah. And it's not because Luke isn't in it or anything, but, you know. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, so goodbye.